You're still watching the Hala Chambers on TVC News, and my guest today is the lawmaker representing Egbado South, Ipokia Federal Constituency of Ogun State, and he's the chairman House Committee on Ethics and Privileges. His name is Chief Kolawole Lawal. It's good to have you on the program, sir.
Thank you very much, TJ.
All right, so we'll begin with the budget defense sessions. Lawmakers are beginning to see heads of ministries, departments, and agencies coming to the National Assembly to defend their 2023 budget estimates. And we've had some complaints of people saying this proposal is not submitted by President Muhammadu Buhari, is unrealistic. On what side do you stand on this debate?
Well, thank you very much. And thank you, viewers. I cannot say it's not realistic yet because I have not scrutinized the budget. Although I'm a member of the Appropriation Committee, we've had a meeting that will hit the ground running in reviewing the budget. I've not seen it, but I mean, from the glancing, from what I've done on it, I will not say it is unrealistic because the government that brought the budget must have had their ways of probably making it work. And that we will be able to look at. But if there are issues, I mean, we'll do justice to it and see if we need to, because we have the power of the purse as legislators, and whatever we say on the budget stands. So when we look at the budget, if it's not realistic, we are not going to be shorting Nigerians. We are going to ensure the right thing is done.
So would you say Nigerians should be worried about the high cost of debt servicing, which amounts to 8 trillion naira? Some lawmakers have argued that this is a budget designed to fail.
Well, budgets naturally are not designed to fail because if you have making a budget, you have projections, and you want to rely on some parameters, on some things that you feel you want to do. God willing, and to ensure that whatever I want to do works. For instance, the current budget we are operating on, the cost per barrel projection was $73, but today we are on $110.45. Unfortunately, the gain we are supposed to have on that has been eroded by our inability to meet the daily production. On that, our budget for that is 1.6 million. We are currently doing 1.26 million. That is production per day. If we projected to have that, and then we are not able to meet that because of what NMPC said that due to oil theft, due to this and that, then those are things that cannot be factored in the budget.
But the argument is that the budget actually looks like it's heavily reliant on borrowing.
Yes, borrowing for me is not an issue. You know, banks are set up because people can borrow. The lenders are there so that people can borrow. It's just that if you are borrowing, ensure the borrowing you are doing is for production, not for consumption. And in this case, I sense that what they are borrowing on is to finance infrastructure, which can help any country to develop. So if the borrowing is going to be used for production or for infrastructure, I think it is not out of place. Other countries in the world, all those developed countries have been relying on borrowing, and they've been doing well. In our case, our debt to GDP ratio is not that bad. We have not gone beyond what it should be. I mean, that's what we heard from Minister of Finance anyway. The last although our GDP this year, I mean, currently is not the best because the target was like 4.20, but now we are doing just 3.54. That's GDP. But if we have not surpassed the GDP borrowing to the GDP, I think we are still in order. Yes, the Nigerians should be worried, especially if we are not knowledgeable in the dynamics of the economics of this the way it's happening. But I think I'm sure we have professionals there. We have people that understands what they're supposed to do, which I'm sure they're doing.
All right, let's talk about the CBN's decision to remodel the country's naira notes. They've been getting a lot of commendations and claps from various quarters of the economy. But would you say this is the right timing for this kind of intervention, and would it perhaps strengthen the naira?
But there can never be a wrong time for anything that will strengthen our economy or whatever it is that will make us do well in our economic activities. For instance, many countries are changing their currency because, like UK, for instance, just in that because they have a new king. But in our there are very different reasons for countries to change their currency. In this case, what we're hearing is that yes, maybe from grapevine or from is that some people. Maybe some people have been hoarding the currency somewhere, and then they want to force them to bring them out, which for me is good. Remember when President Muhammad Buhari was head of state in 1984, 85, he changed currency. I think now he's doing the same thing because he's about going. That may not be the reason, but if you are hoarding currency, it affects the currency circulation, and then it will affect inflation too. It will not make the people have access to, and then the banks too can start having some money in their kitty.
Let's talk politics now. In 2020, you dumped the Allied People's Movement, a political platform you used to ascend to the seat of the House of Representatives, and now you're with the All Progressives Congress, which is the ruling party in the National Assembly. How well have you settled in the APC, and what are your chances? Do you think your people will still come out to vote for you, knowing that the elections are just 3 months away?
Yes. I give it to my party, APM, Allied People Movement, that came, on which platform I came to the House of Representatives. You know, there was a reason for leaving APC then to join APM. I don't want to go into that. The policies of that is, yes, everybody understand what it is.
You can express yourself.
I don't want to go into that because it's something that has, all things have passed away. And everything has become anew. We moved en masse at that time in Ogun State, especially those of us that are with Senator Ipokia Musu, who will always be my mentor, will always be my leader, and he's current senator representing Ogun Central Senatorial District. We moved to APM. Fortunately for me, and I won, and that's why I came. But the decision then was that, remember, when we win our election, we're going to move back to APC. And as soon as we won, as I won, I had to move. That's why I moved back.
So are you saying the support is more from the people than the party?
Oh yes, oh yes. My people support me. My people want me to, at least to, whether I'm in party A, party B, my people would always vote for me. For instance, now, in my party, when the ticket in APC could not be accomplished, I have to go back to my party, and that's why we are today.
Once upon a time, you showed interest in wanting to be the governor of Ogun State. How is this dream still alive?
Oh well, the dream to serve the people can never die. Yes. If you recall, you know that I worked for ExxonMobil, Mobil Producing Nigeria, for 20 years, and for me to resign my appointment then for a job that was quite good for me, I resigned and I said I wanted to go and serve my people, because at that time I realized that yes, I am in this company, yes, helping my people somehow, empowering some few people, some youth. But I felt if I happen to be in government, I should be able to do more. And that's why I came, just to serve people. And that's why when you hear, my political name is KLM. When you hear KLM, the slogan is passion for the people. And that passion brought me into politics. And my first shot was to be the governor of Ogun State. That was 2011. We did all we should do, and we contested the way we should contest. And everybody knew then that KLM was around. And I did that. It didn't pay off. But in 2019, again, I gave another shot. And I couldn't get it. The governor then, in his wisdom, believed that somebody else should do it. And it was given to one of my brothers. And I had to just, and we agreed that whoever was was chosen, we are going to support, and I supported the person. Eventually, I had to contest for this for House of Rep, and here I am today.
Okay, you moved a motion last year urging the Federal Ministry of Power to establish a substation, an electricity substation in your constituency and to supply electricity to that area. Has this issue been addressed?
Well, I want to believe it's being addressed because I've met with the stakeholders. I've met with TCN, that's Transmission Company of Nigeria. I've met with IBD, Ibadan Electricity Distribution Company. I've met with even REA, Rural Elevation Agency, on this issue. Because in my area, see, when I go home, if I stay at home for 2 weeks, I buy diesel fuel every day. Every day, no light. In our area, you don't have. I've never seen. If I stay 1 week, I've never seen a time I will have a whole day electricity supply. And I had to move that motion to help our people. We're not that rural, and they should think about all the artisans, the welders, the barbers, those that use electricity supply for their business. They have rendered all of them to be jobless, and that's why we're having everybody riding Okada. They're not Okada around. So I had to move that motion. I think they are working on it because I was with them sometimes last week. I understand the substation is being erected now at Abasajo Transmission Station in Ota that will serve Winners Owode axis. And I hope when that is done, we can have about 12 hours per day supply.
So you're telling me that the current situation right now is there's actually an improvement. Is there an improvement?
See, there is. I just came back from home, and there was no. I mean, for the 2 weeks I stayed at home, there was no light once. I think I have one in just one night, in 2 weeks, and that's what happens there. In fact, when they see electricity supply, everybody will be rejoicing because they are not used to having it. So that's the situation we have to find ourselves, or they are put us into. Not that we find ourselves.
What other achievements have you made in terms of representation in the House of Representatives? And I'm talking about bills, motions, constituency project. Tell us more about your representation.
Oh, yes, thank you very much. When I was elected, I promised myself that I was going to at least surpass whatever my predecessors have done, which I thank God Almighty that I've done. I'm able to say without fear of any contradiction that almost all my wards, I have 22 wards, all the wards have at least one developmental project or the other. I have about 2 or 3 left, which we're going to work on before the end of my tenure. I had some issues while growing up, going to school. I see education as very important. Quite important that whatever I do, I want to make sure education is first, because when you are not educated, there's limit to where you can get to. Yeah. The projects are more of educational projects, like building of classrooms, then health, maternity center, then water, borehole in many communities, and then toilets in markets, borehole in markets. Like in my secondary school, I have the 2 blocks of 6 classrooms each in my secondary school, which is quite monumental, and I am happy for that. And we are still going. On motions, I move a lot of motions. I move a motion that we should have a bridge linking Tongeji Island to the upland here. Weka if you have a bridge from Weka to Tongeji, at least there will be no difficulty in getting to Tongeji. And you know that island is being the Republic of Benin, that they are trying to get it because I understand there's some oil deposits in commercial community in that Tongeji. And the federal government is aware of this, and they need to do something quickly to make sure the place is habitable for people, and to make sure they develop the place to at least to a level that at least people there can have a sense of belonging, that they are part of Nigeria, before the Republic of Benin will start encroaching into what belongs to us. So that's, and I want to thank Minister of Works, Federal Minister of Works, that they have sent somebody to come and survey how they're going to construct the bridge. So then I moved a motion to dualize a Songo Taidiroko Road. I think that I understand that has been given to this Globacom for them to construct as tax credits, which is what Dangote is also doing in some other places. I move a motion to dualize Itaoshi to Ikoga. That road has been very bad. And it's a road that links Iwaland to Ogun Central. I think they should do that road for us too. And I understand that's the beginning. I mean, I worry too. I don't know why they've not started. There are still options. When you talk about bills, there's a bill that I feel should happen. Should be signed by Mr. President. You know, in our area, people feel we are smugglers. People feel we don't go to school. It's just because maybe we go to school. I went to school. I've never been a smuggler. They cannot be using that to describe us in that area. But that's why I said if we are a university in Ipokia, at least there will be encouragement for people to go to school. For instance, that's why I said it might be a bill for the establishment of a University of Technology Ipokia. The bill has gone through all the end-to-end in the House of Reps. It's now with the Senate for concurrence. I think they have done second reading. After that, then we will have the concurrence and the Senate to Mr. President for assent. That will be my flagship. If I'm able to get that, that would at least if you had a university in Ipokia there, I mean everybody will benefit economically and socially. There will be people who come from different parts of the world to change their orientation around there, and then to ensure economic booms. They can there will be more hostels, there will be more houses to be for rented by students, and then people can be in Ilaro and go to school in Ipokia. Someone can be in Owodeyewa and go to school in Ipokia. That was what we had in mind. And the rest of it, but most of the things that I think we've done around that, it's centered around our people. You know, the customs, you know, they have been with us for long. The customs service, the General Customs Service, they've been with us for long. They are in Diroko. They are based in Diroko. Diroko is the border between land border between the Republic of Benin and Nigeria. But the customs service there, yes, they are doing their job, but they are not doing it the way they should do it. In their quest to pursue the smugglers, they shoot sporadically into the air, and then by so doing, they kill some innocent citizens through stray bullets. So now we have to move a motion to ensure that those killings are investigated and the families of those killed compensated.